Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome to all of you. I have been sitting here this morning pondering the energy and what's coming up today specifically because it just seems not exactly overwhelming but different for me. And I'm wanting to know in the comments if you're feeling the shifting of energy that's occurring. But let's get right to the cards and I'll do my best to explain what I'm talking about. Here we go. Let's start with the angel number 7, right here in the middle. However, this is a combination of the actual date being the 2nd or the 22nd of February 2026, and all in numerology we reduce them to a single number, which in today's date reduces to a 7. So let's start there. You're on the right path. Spiritual desires and plans are correct, and your priorities are in the right order. Simple. Put the scientific hat on, get into some divine magic, and look for the opportunities because there's some of them afoot. Now, that applies to any date that reduces to a number 7. Works with the 7 of Cups, the Sun, the Chariot, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Michael. You get the picture. It's also a number of spiritual awakening. The number 7 is strongly associated with your spiritual growth and your inner wisdom, good fortune, the right path. We've talked about all of that, all of the same. However, what's really quite astonishing, if I can get my, oh, there it is today the date has a succession of 2s in it. Second month 2, 22nd day 2 2s, there's 3 right there. 2026, you got 2, a 0 and another 2, so that's 5 2s, and the angel number of 5 2s is powerful. It's significant. It's a significant spiritual message emphasizing the ultimate balance, ultimate harmony, ultimate trust in everything to do with divine timing in the universe. It's the 5 of 2s together acts as a reassurance that we are definitely on the right path, but more importantly, we have to trust it. We have to have trust and faith in our intuition. We also have to have trust in and faith in everything that we're manifesting. Your positive thoughts, your actions are all aligned with what, that's all part of your life's purpose. This is what is so significant because I've got to get to these 2 cards. This is a new angel activation card and a new divine master card. Or I should say, this is the divine master and this is the angel activator, and then this. When I'm overturning these, including this tarot card, I'm thinking, oh, this is like, wow. This is just, I mean, I don't want to sound like a nutty person, but you get the picture. Let's move on. I'm going to get to my isms before I get to the moon, and you can pull. So these are my own little affirmations. Abundance flows effortlessly into my life. You can say, I am effortlessly abundant if you want to. I am stepping into my destiny now. There's no yesterday, there's no tomorrow. You might have been experiencing some recurring connections, which I have myself. These are not necessarily wanting to scratch up the past or scratch up people from the past. It is, and you could have very pleasant connections with the past, as I did. Really, it's to show you how far you've come, and that use those pleasantries, those pleasant memories and the present reconnection as a way to move forward. It is an indication that the past is done and you're moving forward with whatever you're doing. I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, and I am wise. Easy. skippity doo dah day. You can create a little rhyme from that if you want to. The moon, my loves, is still traveling through the sign of Taurus. So today, on the 22nd of February, good vibes are in the air, as motivated by Mars and the healing planet of Chiron. They're lined up. Try to spend as much of the day as you can with people, situations, places, stories that you absolutely love. That's it. It's peace, it's harmony, it's love. A little word of caution though, try not to fake it. The days of faking it till you make it won't happen today. In fact, anything that appears to be forced or pushed or insincere or inauthentic or trying too hard to be this or be that, it's going to fall flat. That's exactly what today's energy is about. Being your true, unique, authentic self the best way that you know how. That is your divine purpose. The divine, God, creator, universe, that whole, everything that gets created has the tendency to pull the rug up underneath the feet of anybody who's clamoring to be something other than who they truly, truly are. At the same time, this energy has the tendency to reveal all of the nonsense. It is that inner knowing, that intuition that will tell you immediately if you are being fed a snake oil salesman line of bull. That's the only way I can say it. You're going to find out what's authentic and what's not. Move it on. I pulled the card from the Angel Affirmation deck by Radley Valentine, and here we have Archangel Uriel, sorry. I can guide you to find blessings through adversity that turn disappointments into victory. I can transform your life. I can be whoever I wish to be. I invite blessings of transformation into my life now. What's lovely about this is if you have had doubts or struggles with who am I? What am I revealing? That's going to get revealed to you. Your authentic self, coming into your power. All of you that are listening to this and paying attention may have experienced in the last little while, probably since the holidays, where you have used your inner personal power to make declarations that work directly for you, make decisions that impact you, that step into your spotlight of power of yourself. You might have noticed where you have discarded things that didn't serve your higher purpose. That is the indication and the confirmation by all these twos. You are focusing on your inner power, your inner intuition, your purpose in life. I'm hoping I'm making sense. Let me know in the comments if you're confused by any of it. I shuffled this morning and Metatron flew out of the angelic activator. This is Metatron. Metatron is considered to be one of the youngest of the archangels, newest of archangels, if you will. He and his twin or brother, whatever you want to call it, Sandalphon. This week, he's reminding us that we have a divine calling. Now, in the Kabbalic text, it said that he actually lived his life on earth as Enoch. He was actually a prophet. And there's some kind of connection, generational connection to Noah. Now, as an angel or an archangel, he's actually responsible for guiding this age of humanity and supporting all of us with our awareness and our spiritual growth. Any challenges that fly up at this time They're not being created by God. They're being created, or they have been created, by the decisions that we've actually made in our lives. And so when things get difficult, it can be easy to abandon the divine. It can be easy to abandon your angels. It can be easy to abandon your spiritual root. But Metatron is here this week to tell us to lean into the arms of the divine, ask for comfort, ask for help. And that is really when you come up against things that you find super difficult. You know, maybe some of us have made some decisions that affect our lives that now no longer work or have to get abandoned. Maybe you've made some commitments that at the time you made the commitment, your intention was to stick to it. Well, now it's not possible for you to stick to it. And you may be feeling all kinds of ways about, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to make this lean into the arms of the divine? And all you really have to do is say, all is well. I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, and I am wise. And all is well. Everything works out for my highest good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can also add statements like, I am blessed on all levels of my life. I bless my bills. I bless my income. I bless the people that bring me the income. I bless the opportunities that create the income. If you have been making decisions that have you living in lack. Does that make sense? If you've been declaring, as I was, telling a story, there's never enough, I'm never going to make it, I don't know how I'm going to pay this bill. That was my story until I began to bless all the people that helped me, all the people that contributed, the clients, you know, the surprising refunds, all these things that came in the mail, pennies on the floor, fairies blessing me with all sorts of things. And gradually, but surely, over a period of time, it changed. It altered big time. And then you catch yourself when you have a negative I am. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. I am just beside myself. I am overwhelmed. These statements, they need to be reworked. They need to be have a revision, a focus on what are you saying. The words are declarations to the divine of what it is we want. We don't want to be exhausted. So, how do you turn that I am exhausted? You turn it into I am taking a divine rest. Done. I am blessed that I've got the job done. Done. You're not overwhelmed. I am blessed that I'm able to take care of everything in my life and then some. Done. You're allowing in these positive affirmations to turn things around. And right now is when it's supposed to happen. Moving on. Commander Ashtar. Now, he's the leader of sort of like the non-physical, if you will, the extraterrestrials. He's like the leadership council. And he's come this week to remind us all that it's time to evolve. He basically speaks to light workers in the form of leadership. And, you know, you could say he's inviting us to join the Ashtar Command if you want, to lead the way. I've said many months ago, and I still believe it, we are on the leading edge of humanity's consciousness because we're already awake to it. We've already experienced these downloads. We've already experienced these woo-woo wobbles. I call the woo-woo wobble when we have downloads that don't seem to be quite right, dreams, ideas, fancies, and things are out of place. That's the woo-woo wobble. The woo-woo shows up and gets us a little bit of a wobble, and we think, oh, so that, then we get to make sense out of it. Then we get to share it. Because if you've noticed, one part of the human consciousness is to look through a glass half empty, cloudy window. What is going on? It's terrible. It's this, it's that, it's blah, 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 blah. And then we may hark up with, well, listen to what you're saying. How is that serving you? Let's go in this direction. And pretty soon you're going to start finding your followers. Today's affirmation from Louise Hay. Good now flows into my life from unexpected and expected channels. I mean, this was printed before any of this got drawn. So this is where all the synchronicities show up. And I love it. I mean, don't really have to do anything. Just sit here in the morning and pull the cards out. But this morning, I was struck by this feeling, this energy, the 22222. Like, whoa. Then, now I haven't drawn the 7 cards for the whole week yet. I'm about to do that and then come with the navigations for the week ahead. However, we needed a card for Sunday. So I shuffled the Ciro Marchetti Mystic Palette deck, and this card flew out. So we're starting off the week with the Moon card. In traditional tarot decks, this is known as the number 18. So here we see, I would say, our sea goddess. She's basically emerging from the ocean. Now, in many traditional tarot cards, you might see a pool of water reflecting the moon. Oh, Ciro Marchetti says, I'm taking this to the next level. He's got a crustacean coming out of the water, saying that our dreams, our hopes, our wishes are being set free from these pinchers, crabs or lobsters, whatever they are. And our sea nymph has got her, like, man-made, if you will, like these pillars are coming out of the ocean. It's not like a man-made pillars like Stonehenge or anything like that. These are actually, we could call them objects of the sea, and she's holding on to them for support. Then we have the Labrador and the wolf. So this is all about our dreams, all about our unconscious thoughts, our non-physical energies going through, and how this card is showing us the balance between the two. 22222, balance, harmony, the right path. And you may be having some unusual thoughts and feelings about what's going on. Let's move on to the fairies, because I think the fairies bring us lightness. I didn't want this reading to be heavy. I just wanted it to be like a, oof, this energy is something else today. If you're thinking, well, what shall I do with it? No thing. Listen to some really beautiful music. Look, I'm not reading all those cards, but I will read this. Oh, perfect. Thank you, fairies, for just giving me this light-hearted silliness. Like they turned over a whole bunch of cards like they did yesterday, but yesterday was lovely. Today, not so much. The Fairy King of Grounding. This is perfect. This is perfect to round this off. So if you are sort of thinking about the heaviness and the unusualness of your dreams, your interpretations, get grounded. Get grounded into your authenticity. Take your shoes off. Walk around with your bare feet on. Today, as an activity, I got these lovely house plants. I'm going to create a bowl of fresh spring water and put them all in and give them all a bath so they can soak up some of that good water. I might even put a few granules of instant coffee in the water, because apparently coffee in a weakened form, diluted form, kind of energizes the roots of plants and gives them a wake up. All right, that's it for me for today, for today's Divine Daily Blast. I will be back later on with the whole week, where I take the numbers and the moon and the cards and make something of it. But today was pretty significant. Until later, much love. Bye for now.